What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I am your host, Phil Jones. We're waiting on Princess. Wow, I really said Phil Jones. That is scary. That's really scary. No, I'm not Phil Jones. We're waiting on Princess Jones. I'm Phil Robinson, I think. Who knows? What's been going on around my house? Maybe I want to be somebody else. All my kids are sick. Baby's sick. Wife is sick. They all got COVID. It's hot out here. It's rough over here. It's rough. But what's going on, Omar? Youngstown in the house. Got some interesting things to cover. James Bradberry was signed by the Eagles. I'm sure everybody's seen on Twitter, across your timelines and banners. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. I really do. They're all doing well. It's just
How you holding up, bro?
Try not to lose it. But I did get some good news today, and that was the solar company is coming out to put the solar on my roof tomorrow so that I can run the air conditioning this summer without my representative all over me about power usage.
Hey, man. Shit. Where do we start, bro? I'm like, damn.
Bradberry. That's where we started. We just happened to come right as I had said something.
That I try to tell folks that I don't know, he ain't worth the money.
8 touchdowns in 2021. Most targeted.
No. 19 touchdowns in 4 years.
That's 5 a year. That's not terrible.
It was
that's not great, but
it was what, 6-1. No, 6-1-4-8.
Yeah, last year was what did we call that around here on the Unfiltered Truth? Jones, what is that called?
Trash.
There was another word that you used for it, started with a P. Damn, play, you forgot that soon.
Hey, I just got off work, man. You see what it does to you.
Hey, listen, I started off the show announcing myself as you. I was like, ooh, I'm really losing it. Apparently, I'm a little further gone than I thought I was. Peaking was the word that was used. And Bradberry has done it. And it happens to everybody. It's a natural thing. And Bradberry's speed is no longer where it needs to be. If you look at the nature of the passes that were caught on him, they were long distance throws.
Put it like this. The one player with the bad foot, he could outrun him. I'm just saying.
But eight touchdowns in a season, and somebody I remember telling people, oh, he's only going to sign for 7-8 million, and then you'll get some incentives. Oh, you're crazy, Phil. No, there's no way he signs for less than 13. Okay. So the other part of that, while we're talking about touchdowns, the one that kills the most is how many times he was targeted. He was the number one targeted corner in the league. I believe it was 110 times.
And what's funny? I think right after him was it Averett? Anthony Averett. But the thing about Averett, he backed this shit up. He's underrated. For somebody to come in and, everybody always say, well, the Ravens D-line, they were, no, the Ravens D-line was not doing that well this year. They were not the best, in my opinion, because they couldn't even beat Miami. So I'm going to be real here. The fact that defense was, I say they were good, but they weren't themselves this past year. No Marcus Peters. I mean, they were missing a few other pieces. Phil, I'm gonna be real.
It was a shell of the defense that they had on the roster. They didn't even put the defense that they had on the roster on the field. That's how bad it was for them. But real quick, as I was over here thinking we could go down that, but there's a much better road to go down. You wanted to ask, where do we go? I have one for you. I actually have two for you. Which would you like, the heavy hitter or a personal favorite?
Let's go personal favorite for 200, Alex.
Our boy, friend of the program, has earned himself a report from me on Twitter for calling cookie dough anything trash.
Hold on.
Of all the poor food takes I've seen my man Mo make, to call cookie dough anything trash was like, bruh, I have to do a public service. You must be stopped. And honestly, as you're sitting there kicking that one over, are you ready for now? Here comes the heavy hitter. Said, guess who chose the 2022 MVP to be? Drum roll, please. Justin Herbert.
Herbert the pervert.
Yeah. Got a whole article written on it. And you have to understand, Mo is a good friend of the program, mentor. But goddamn it, somewhere we got to draw the fucking line.
So basically, what you're saying is, hold on. What you're saying is, I need to go back in, redo my meme of Mo with cookie dough. Yes, okay, I will do that right now.
Said, and instead of cable, you should have Justin Herbert holding them, forcing them to look at it.
Nah, I'm gonna get McDaniels and Ziegler, bro. I think that should be funny as hell.
It'd be even funnier for you to put Carr holding the Lombardi trophy.
I hate you right now.
I promise you.
I promise you.
I promise you.
Look. I'll be real, bro. I'll be real. I will agree with him on the cheesecake shit now because I'm still mentally scarred from Harry's, Instagram photos of him putting them damn plates of food look like it's from Making a Murder or, from Silence of the Lamb and shit, bro. I'm telling you, every time I look at that man making a damn plate and he had the cheesecake right next to, I think it was some corn and some, I don't know if it was a barbecue pork chop. I don't know what it was, bro. This shit just looked disturbing. I felt like, you know how like them white women in them horror movies be screaming and hollering like they in distress. I was screaming like that when I saw that shit, bro. I was like, oh.
I am so glad that you were able to pull up on that, because any further mention of that atrocity was going to have to result in the mic getting cut, because I was just thinking, you brought up those plates and I got to thinking and I was like, oh God, my stomach is hurting. Oh, I legitimately think that people
bro, let me tell you how deadly them plates are, bro.
People on the inside.
No. You need to listen to this shit. You need to listen to it. I'm gonna say it right here. Harry's plates was so bad, them motherfuckers could kill COVID
by itself, right off the bat.
Could kill all the variants, bro.
All of it. Immunity.
Delta, Omicron,
and whatever it comes
BB12,
up with.
BB154468888.
Done.
All the motherfuckers.
Done.
They look at that motherfucker's plate. They say, "God damn, go and kill us now."
Nah, we gonna find somebody else. Nah.
I don't even think they won't find anybody else. They said, "Just go and kill me. Kill me now."
Said, "Can I drink the bleach, please?"
What's up,
Carlos, what's up, bud?
Carlos?
What's going on? It's real out here. More like caused it. Nah, brother. What that would cause is gastrointestinal tract to just explode. Bruh,
Man, look, man. Your ass would
I
be
want to
lit.
talk about something else. I don't even want to think about it anymore. So we've gotten into Bradberry. We've gotten through bad food takes and propping up the ops. You know,
Yeah.
we throw on MVPs. He has Justin Herbert getting an MVP before Josh Allen. And that's just not it. That's just not it. If you're looking in terms of quarterback and an importance to a team, Josh Allen has made Buffalo relevant. There would still be no Buffalo team, no Buffalo playoffs, no Buffalo division crown without Josh Allen.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Over Josh Allen.
Over Josh Allen.
You about to really make me call Mo right now. You know that, right?
Call him. He won't answer. Settle down, Omar. Settle down. This is my show, not yours. We'll run it on my schedule. Thank you.
This motherfucker really about to make me call him right now.
13 minutes in, you want me to give you all the goods right off the bat. I still got 45 minutes of show left, partner. Come on.
Leave your message for 718.
Didn't I tell you?
I'm about to be like, look, I'm going to send him a voicemail right now. Hey, Mo, we need to talk.
I hope that it is. I hope that it is. You know
what?
We
need to talk, Mo.
I hope that it is.
This whole MVP candidate you got winning and all that, but and then in the cookie dough take, come on, bruh.
We need you. We need you
to be better. To talk, bruh.
You got to be better. He said Jones got left on read.
Hey, bro, y'all really? I ain't joking. No, because you know what he'll do. You know what he'll do.
Call you back in a month.
Call about like in the middle of the night.
Next
like,
week. Yeah.
No, he'll call. He'll call like middle of the night. He'll be like, He'll be like, listen here, listen. You know what? I'm about to choose violence, you guys, for the greater good.
Anyway,
force my hand
while he's doing that, but again, here we go with Hefe and this bullshit.
It's too early, bruh.
We're gonna plead to Jones like G Money, please. He gonna be pleading like Nino Brown's brother in New Jack City. It doesn't have to be this way. Yes, it does. Nerf was good. But so as we're continuing to pick this up, since Omar wants to spill the goods and jump the leads and ruin the show for his own
Omar,
purpose.
just for that, you gotta go make me a damn sandwich.
You know what? Just for that, you're gonna wait till the end of the fucking show. How about that? I'm not even gonna say it. Anyway, moving right along. So the Raiders are still monitoring. They're not quite done, obviously, and they're still looking to improve the secondary. And as such, there are positions that they're looking primarily for corner. And so because of that, you gotta take a look around, see what guys are going for. You got a lot of old corners that are out there. I'm talking 32 and up, and I'm not. When you look at what they've done in terms of the ages of the guys on the roster and the ability, skill sets, and all of that, I just don't see him going for an older guy in a position where you need younger legs.
And you know what,
Sorry
Phil?
to hear that, Jerome.
Oh man.
My youngest son, the baby, and my wife. Although the baby and my wife are about to hopefully coming out the other side, she's been feeling good enough to start bossing me around and asking me to do all types of shit. So she must be feeling better.
Hey, if anybody going through it, again, like Phil, I'm keeping you and the fam in my prayers. Anybody else is going through it, I'm keeping you guys in my prayers. All right, shit,
I appreciate it. Thank
you. But something that I had said,
damnation.
Soda. I ain't stopping no sort of lunch meat for any man. Pause. And
wait, what?
Come on now.
Hey, what the?
All right, but
all right.
Here's the thing. Everybody thinks that we need to go get like a high quality corner, or now, I mean, we'll get to that part with safety, but I'm going to say this: with this kind of team and the methods that Ziegler and McDaniels come from, what's the one thing the Patriots always do? They thrive off these guys that are undrafted or low or later round players.
Why?
Because they develop
them.
Not just that, they do the job. They try to do more than they try to go above and beyond. Because they know, like, shit. I mean, if you look how my contract's set up, I'm trying to make this team. Because at the end of everything, this is a 5th round pick. They can say, well, he ain't turning out the way he is. We can just go on and cut him without any problems.
Yeah, we're not paying him anything.
And especially to develop. And the Patriots, they've always had the success with being able to develop a lot of guys within those later rounds. One guy that everybody thrived on and kept jumping and screaming for at the beginning of the season that we wanted was J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson was an undrafted free agent.
Yes, he was.
Man, you see, he making his coins. He was making his coins there, and he's making his coins elsewhere, and with the Chargers. So, all right, Richard. But we just really look at it, they're going to be able to like say, hey, we brought in a guy. I'm gonna just say Butler. Everybody's wondering, like, well, what are we gonna do with Butler? He's gonna play DN. Probably slide him inside a couple of times.
Vernon Butler?
No, the other Butler.
Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew.
Well, because I was thinking, could you play him at DN? I was like, well, you put
he's got the speed.
I was like, you could go with three. You could try to do like the Ravens did and go with 330 plus 300 340 plus pounders up front.
Because you got to remember, you're going to be mixing up. You're going to be running some base 3-4, and then you can run. You're going to be running your nickel packages, some 4-3. So they're going to mix it all up where everybody can be able to do what they need to do. I think unofficially he ran like a 4.9, but I think you can put him inside. I wouldn't mind putting him inside and have that speed there.
But how comfortable are we in Mullen, though? Let's say Mullen ain't ready till week 5. Raiders really about to roll with Rock Ya-Sin and Everett is 1 and 2. You forgetting about Hobbs?
Yeah, a lot of y'all forgetting about Nate Hobbs. Everybody thinking, oh, Nate Hobbs is just strictly to the slot. Nate Hobbs can play on the outside.
I'd prefer he stayed in the slot.
You know what?
His versatility with Graham's genius would be the.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna knock it a different way. Because Anthony Averett can play the slot as well. And that's what was his primary assignment at first. So they moved him around a little bit. He could slide into the slot and just dominate. But again, with those two right there, you can try to mix it up a little bit.
So Reese Rock says Hobbs is a slot, but I'd rather have Hobbs on Williams or Allen rather than Sin or Everett on them. I don't want Hobbs on guys.
He's not a predominantly slot guy. He can play on the outside. I'm trying to have you guys understand that if anything were to happen, he can play on the outside. If they do feel comfortable with him playing on the outside, they're going to leave him on the outside. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, you're going to keep him in the slot.
Right.
Anthony Averett on the outside, he's underrated. And he did a hell of a job this past year filling in for Marcus Peters. And I don't know why he doesn't get the recognition that he should have gotten. Everybody jumping over and screaming for James Bradberry. It's just a name. Because to be honest, just because he had 1 year as a Pro Bowl, he's been in the NFL for how long?
Quite a while.
About 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be real, the Pro Bowl don't mean shit to me.
Oh, he went there.
Oh, Omar, somebody's finally thinking. Thank you, Mr. Omar. Thank you. That just tells me nobody did not watch preseason. Because he played it against the Rams. And he was going up against guys like Van Jefferson, who
should have been.
As I recall, didn't he play an impact in the Super Bowl?
At a touchdown.
Exactly. So, again, when I'm trying to get my point across, please listen to me. I got a whole fucking eraser board set up in my office where it's like scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 5. He can play man and zone. So I'm telling you, I ain't gonna force feed you bullshit.
Most importantly, is that the Raiders have a collection of talent who have individual specialties. I'm a man. I said it on a Raider Gabe show last night. I'm a man that believes that believes in specialties instead of versatility. Yes, it's nice to have versatile guys who can do everything, but if you lose that guy, you're screwed. What you should have is a bunch of guys who have certain specialties so that it all fits together like pieces in a puzzle. So that if one guy goes down, that's fine. You have another guy who does exactly what he does. So he doesn't cost you everything or isn't a major loss out of the whole operation. And most importantly, when it comes to these corners and everybody asking, Milka Breezy had said, who's going to cover Williams? Who's going to cover Allen? When Hobbs was on Allen, Allen went away. Now, the problem that we have when playing the Chargers is that you just don't have the size to compete with them. Now you got size in one guy, you got speed in the other, and Rock Ya-Sin was good, but he's still not as big as Mike Williams. And that's ultimately going to be where we have some of the issues, and most likely it's probably why the Raiders are going to continue looking for corners in free agency. And it's going to come down. But when you look at the guys that are still available, most of them are zone corners. They're guys who you would not rely on in man coverage to be going one-on-one deep down the field with younger, faster, bigger receivers. So it's going to come down to ultimately what exactly is Rex Ryan and Patrick Graham going to put together. How are they going to do it, and what is going to be the types of the combinations and coverages and defenses that they run, and they can match up.
Let me fill this little insight in for you. I literally forgot about this. You don't have to be restricted to one side of the field.
No.
So this is why I go back and say with the whole Hobbs thing,
it was so bad that he had to just leave and stop and catch his breath and think about that. Meek's little ass didn't hold it down for anybody. And as much as I would like to see Ndamukong Suh, he's not worth the money. He's not worth the money.
Why are we why are we trying to overpay? Why are we wasting our money on aging vets because of a fucking name? Let me tell you guys something right now. You have these guys lined up on this defense. Let me give you the whole rundown for this D-line, because I'm really getting tired of hearing, we need to get Ndamukong Suh. We need to get Bradberry. We need to go on and get what was his name? Honey Badger. Look, I'm going to be real right here. If we didn't drafted this guy and that guy, why am I going to waste time on having him sit? I want to get everything out of this player. If I know he can be an impact, if I know he can get the job done, I'm going to have him out there instead of having a 35, 36-year-old man trying to hold the D tackle position. Didn't we deal with that at the beginning of the season last year? What happened on week 1?
Didn't last very long.
What happened?
Blew his knee? No. What was it?
It was ACL.
Yeah, it was his knee.
I'm just like, it's really getting annoying. And until you guys start to realize that this is not your old regime just, gonna grab free agents like out the ass because John Gruden did that shit. We're not doing that shit anymore. I can go down and look at this D line. Neil Farrell, Andrew Billings, Matthew Butler, Vernon Butler, Jonathan Hankins, Bilal Nichols, Kyle Pecco, Kendall Vickers. I'm going to tell you this shit right now off the bat. You're going to be seeing Neil Farrell Jr. You're going to be seeing Matthew Butler. You're going to be seeing Bilal Nichols. You're going to be seeing Jonathan Hankins. So when I tell you, these guys can get the job done. I've seen one of them up close, and he's ferocious on the outside and on the inside. For Neil Farrell Jr., I hope to see him get a good amount of snaps this year where he can be a long-term factor on that D line.
Absolutely. They all of the guys that they brought in, the guys that they drafted, I feel as though their games are going to translate and may be able to make that jump to the pros. The one of my favorite term that Dave Ziegler uses, and I even use it all the time, is ascending young talent. When I go back and look at all of the guys that they drafted, all the guys they brought in as UDFAs, it's always guys who are continuing to get better as time goes on. They haven't plateaued, they haven't hit their ceilings, and that's basically all you can ask for in this league is that guys, because the differences between everybody who steps on the field that's the difference. But if you're not ready to do what needs to be done, if you're not prepared, you're not pushing yourself every second of every day, you'll get left behind just like that. And so all of the guys that are continue to improve, all the way that we think, the way that Raider Nation is accustomed to thinking is part of the losing mentality or is part of the losing culture. Is that guy's a great name. That guy's a great name. That guy's a great name. You know, that guy used to be pretty good about 5 years ago. That guy used to be great 3 years ago. Well, who's the guy who's going to be great 2 years from now? Who's the guy that's going to be great 3 years from now? Who's the guy that's going to still be here after 5 years? These are the questions that we're now asking instead of remembering when he was good, remembering when he was great. And when you're paying guys for and you want to pay guys for what they're going to do, not what they've done. And when you're paying guys for what they've done, you're losing.
Look, he gonna tell me Sue ain't that old. Sue's about to be 35 years old, like I literally just said. 35, 36, shit. Again, why am I going to pay for a guy that, I mean, he's only playing on a 1 year deal, yeah. But again, you got to know what you have up front. You got to know if these guys can get the job done. Stop just saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to sign him." You know, 7, 8, 10 mil. Why waste my money? I thought you guys wanted to give Hunter Renfrow an extension. I thought you guys want to make sure that Darren Waller's secured.
Now hold on. Let's go back and let's visit that because I got a real honest question because we're a numbers oriented program here. We don't deal in emotions and what ifs. So somebody said you wanted to give Ndamukong Suh $10 million for 27 tackles, combined tackles, 15 solo, 12 assisted, 7 TFLs, and 6 sacks with 13 QB hits. So we're virtually giving this man $1 million per play he makes. $300,000 a tackle. That's what you want to give to a 35, soon to be 35-year-old man.
Wow, you know what's funny? You want to hear something funny?
Go ahead.
I just got a text message.
Did you? They're signing him for $10 million or what?
Hell no, they ain't signing nobody.
I just figured, the way things go around here, that's probably the way that now that we've been using names again.
I mean, because it's been realistic. I told you we were going to get to going back to being a team that is realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Moves that were going to be realistic. So no, it's not from Mo. I know. I wish it was. I think I'm about to pay Mo a visit to New York. But oh, this man left me hanging. But Raiders are ready to go. I don't think they're gonna really pick up anybody. If the cash is right, the money's right, they're going to pick them up. Well, make a big splash, but I doubt it's gonna happen. I think the Raiders really want to go on and, like I was saying, get Renfro set up and get Waller squared away where you're not worrying going into the next season. And then everybody's trying to throw this and throw that. And then you're just like, what the fuck? You go on and get him squared away. Number 13 and number 83, you get them set. You're paying a retired Darryl. Y'all remember what happened to Darryl Reeves when he came, he tried to snag off of everybody's salary cap? Hot shit. He looked like hot royal shit.
So do I, Carlos.
Hold on. Hefe remembers when Darryl Reeves was playing for the Chiefs and looking like hot shit.
Kenneth, what's up, baby boy? Said, once you get your podcast on something real that I don't have to subscribe to or do something, not subscribe to, but look at it from weird, different, crazy places, I might actually listen to it. Every time I try to click on the link, it's always late and takes me someplace else. I need some live shit, Kenneth. I need some live shit. Got to interact with your people.
Mm-hmm.
But the day I pay anybody retired, then I mean that was just silly to me. But it was funny though, so I ran with it. Five, six.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even think they get it done. I'm sorry. I don't see it getting done.
I don't think they want to. I would say that if that's where it's at, if that's the number, then I entertain it. I just don't think they do it either, because I think they have more than enough. And they don't need those guys. They don't need those guys to sit on the bench behind him.
No, absolutely not. To be honest, yeah. No, I ain't worried about it, bro. He going back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he is.
He going back to Tampa Bay. I think, well, again, if you really look at it, we'll have about the most amount of money come June versus a lot of teams. I think we'll probably be, what, 8th? Should probably be, what, 8th or 9th?
That
come
depends.
June?
That depends. How many people have used that designation? How many teams?
I think 3 or 4 other teams did the same. But Raiders will have cap space. I think they should have about, what, 25 or 23 mil in cap space.
I had them at 24.
20. So it'll probably be like at 23, 8 something, and some dollar and 45 cents. But I think, that's what the Raiders will probably end up being. They're going to end up sitting at. And then You look at, I know Cleveland. I know there was another destination. Now he could go to Cleveland.
Now let's hit the pause button on that as we're talking about Cleveland.
Oh God, no! I don't even want to get into it, bro. I don't want to stop. No, we're not getting into it. All right.
It's got to at least touched on.
Sir.
He said the Cleveland Browns have made a boo-boo. I shudder to see how this is going to end up, and Rusty Hard must have one hell of a, and I do mean one hell of a defense lined up as soon as he gets his turn, because his witness is his client has already.
I don't think you listen to what I'm saying. Do you understand that man got some of the motherfuckers off from Enron? You understand that man got Joe Osteen's wife off?
I know who he is. I know who he is. That's
all right. Then we're gonna leave it as that. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it as that. Trust me on it. Hey, look, bro. Trust me on it.
As you were, continue. Now that we've talked about Cleveland,
like I said, it's the knowns and the unknowns. I tell you about this shit, bro. You can't keep nitpicking at it. Shit. If I slapped everybody in front of me, hey Kenneth, shut up. Shut up, Kenneth. Shut it up. We're not going that route. But hey, bro, he undefeated, bro. He undefeated.
Appreciate you, Freddie. Much love to you too.
Hey, look, I'm just saying. If his name is Rusty,
if he's got the balls to go up into the courtroom and tell them that his name is Rusty, yep.
You got Rusty.
Yep.
Hey, Rusty said, "Fuck your cousin Vinny." Is Rusty Harden?
It's Rusty and hard, baby.
I hate you right now, bro. I hate you for that one, bro. I hate you for that one. You telling your mama. I'm gonna tell your mama for that one.
It's all right. It's on the internet.
Your mama gonna get the switch and whoop your ass. But I mean, look, overall, just focus on with the Raiders and shit. I mean, we really hit everything on the defense.
What's up, player?
But that offense, bro. I mean, you want to talk about the wide receiving core, because I'm ready to unveil what I've been hiding.
Well, why don't you break that out? Because I've been working on a few things of my own. I actually have to get to, at some point by the end of the day, get to finishing the running back piece I was doing.
I'm talking about what your starting receiving core about to look like.
I figured as much.
Well, let me go on and give y'all the good shit.
Ahem.
You already know Devontae Adams is going to be your number one.
What position? Is he going to be the X? Is he going to be the Z?
X, Z, and Y. Shit. He going to do it all.
All of it.
All right, but we going to get to that, Dre. Oh shit! I forgot about that one. But yeah, your number one off the bat is going to be Adams. We already know that shit. But I think the big talk, everybody say who's going to be the second guy that's going to be on the outside. Can Keep fucking around, kiddo. That dry ass pulled pork is gonna come right after your ass.
Get up and chase you because the show ain't going to go and eat itself.
Come on, come on, look. This is the problem. I be trying to get serious and shit, and the motherfuckers be dropping these jokes. I be getting tired as shit. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have Adams. You won, but here's the wild one. Matt Collins is gonna be your second outside guy.
I thought so, and I thought that they would probably move Adams off the line so that they could leave Hollins on it.
So what's going to happen? Now this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a swap out at that spot. So certain plays they're going to bring in Hollins on that outside, but your main guy on that outside is going to end up being Keelan Cole. And then you're going to slide in. You know, you got Renfro in the slot. Certain formations and scheme, gun formations. Maybe they even go in single back, 4 wide, maybe in a bunch. You're going to have Demarcus Robinson out there as well. But if you want to go on a spread, Tyron Johnson's going to be one of your guys.
Now, is he going to be our speed guy, or do we need another fast guy?
I don't think we need another fast guy. I went back, and I appreciate you, Hefe, when you were talking about Demarcus Robinson. I went back and looked. Demarcus Robinson within crossing routes, having him as the inside guy. Oh, man, he can decimate guys. Sit him on a fly as well. There's no excuse. The Raiders are going to have so much to work with. I'm going to be real. Again, it's the only way you're going to fail is if you shoot your own self in the foot. Okay? That's the only way.
And Dre, I'd agree
that receiving group right there, the only way you're going to fail is if you shoot yourself in the foot. If you look, the thing about these guys right here, they can get separation. Better separation than the few of the guys that we had before.
Absolutely. And
no. I'm looking at what Dre said. Is this the McDaniel sorcery I'm hearing of? A little bit. It ain't all of it. It ain't the real thing.
Yeah. It's not everything that's in the bag of tricks, but when you look at what Carr does, and honestly, it's something that you go back and look at last season, where he told why he was able to tear it up so much in the beginning is because they spread it out and he just threw it all over the place. That's because it damn sure wasn't a running game. They weren't running anywhere. But they went with the spread. I think I even said it, week 1, maybe week 2?
Yeah.
I was saying if they're going to make it, they need to spread it out and ride Derek Carr's right arm. And they did that all the way up until the bye. And then they
fell apart on that one.
Yeah, then they fell apart on that one. And once the defense stepped up and Josh Jacobs started they switched gap scheme. Instead of running the zone, the running game picked back up. The defense started playing better. Here come the playoffs.
And, again, that's why I go back to the Raiders are not a zone blocking team.
No.
The Raiders have always been power run, or they run gap. I think with this offense, you're going to see a lot of inside runs. You're going to see some off tackle. You're going to see some power. Definitely. You're definitely going to see power. That's the thing we haven't seen in a while. And that's why the Raiders had to struggle the first half of the season. Now, this is what This is what is bothering me, Phil.
What's that?
Tight ends.
Thought you wanted Nick Bowers to get in there and do his thing, bruh.
No. I told you who I wanted. Give me Fotheringham.
Fotheringham.
Yeah, give me Cole Fotheringham. He ain't the fastest, but he's basically what they want out of a blocker. And oh wow, hold the fuck up.
You'd be mistaken. They've changed their personnel and they've actually
Whoa,
always been more of a
whoa, hold up.
So while Phil is over there looking at that, Julio Jones give me the unfiltered truth. I'll give it to Julio Jones too. Said and with his hamstrings and the way that he's getting injured, you wouldn't want him. Let's be real. Julio hasn't been the same receiver. When you think of Julio Jones, you think of the guy who was killing it with the Falcons. That's not what you're getting.
Go look at that. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If that's the case, then that's a swap.
Yeah. On the team page?
Go on the team page. If that's the case, Phil,
yeah,
then I need to see them do that swap right now.
Hit the whole week.
I need them to go on and make the swap right now. Get them from out of that position and put them there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if it is true that they got him, you know, if they're looking to say we're going to go a different route, then those are my two guys looking to come in. Because remember, I think they might end up trying to pull four tight ends, maybe. But if they do four tight ends, here's the thing. Which group is the odd group out? So that means you're only going to run. Let's say if they do run four tight ends.
You currently have 13 linemen, 7 running backs, 4 tight ends, 7 receivers.
That means you only go what?
4 QBs.
So,
somebody got there's many people that got.
It's a group. It's a handful of a group that's going to have to go because they're not gonna let go of them running backs.
They'll get rid of 2. I said 3. I said 3 in the article that I wrote, the one that got published. But I don't think if Amir Abdullah is going to make this team, it says a special teamer because the damn sure ain't catching the football.
Breaking news. Mo Moten replied.
Oh, to which one?
All of it. He said he'll explain, laughing his ass off. I mean, really, if you're going your running backs right here, you're gonna have what? Jacobs, White, Drake, Bolden. Jacobs, White, Drake, Bolden. That's what, 4 right there.
Drake, Bolden, Brown, White, Abdullah, McCormick.
So that means what? You go with 5 running? You ain't going with 5 running backs.
You're not going with 5.
You're gonna go at 4 at best.
4 tops. 4 tops. Because the fourth guy ain't gonna sit on your practice squad. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Now the question is, now we don't know if Brandon Bolden gonna make the roster.
He got a 3-year deal. 2-year deal.
Did he?
Yeah.
So,
and he's the short yardage guy. He's 225. He's the biggest running back they got. Heaviest.
yeah. Actually, you know what?
Wrote an article on it. You don't have to try to. You don't have to
No,
try to
I
argue.
know. No, that's what I was thinking to myself. Like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. No, just yeah. Fuck it. But damn, I was so that means Britton Brown would be on your free. He would be your practice squad. Cause you're damn sure not letting go of Drake.
He may not. Well, we don't know where he is in his recovery.
Well, yeah, that too.
He's
been out there.
Years. Yeah, he's got 3 dead years on his contract. So what it's looking more like is probably that they got his number down to where if he's not ready to go, he's going to be an injury settlement.
But I know they won't use Brandon Bolden as much. But if you got, I think Zamir White could put on maybe 5 more pounds, but 215, I mean, that's still good. If he's still carrying that much power at that weight and size, I mean, shit, he should be good. You already got a 220 back in Josh Jacobs.
He cut a couple pounds too. The official roster had him at 216.
Official roster got him at 220. He probably put it back on. So there's a lot of pieces on this roster where I'm just like, damn. I mean,
fourth back's got to be your special teamer. He's got to be a special team stud.
And that's more Brandon Bolden.
Yeah. The hurt business. Travis Coons, we keeping him, Jones?
Travis Coons? Well then. Should we really keep him?
Have to see a training camp. I want to get most importantly, I want
but you guys know what? Them Texas Tech tight ends tend to be interesting.
And that's what training camp is for. I want to see. I don't want to speculate. I want to see with my own 2 eyes. And that's what I love best about this is that we're not going to be resting anybody in the preseason. Starters are going to play. Starters are definitely going to play and get their work in. The backups are going to get their work in. And we're going to give the guys who don't make the roster an opportunity to put some film out there so that they can get another job.
Yeah.
But I want to see every player on this roster. Every single one of them. And then we can happily bring you the unfiltered truth. Now, real quick, Jones, for the last 40 seconds of this show from my man, Omar. So, Jesse Bates has not signed his franchise tender, has no intention of signing his franchise tender. Would that make him a trade option? Yes, it would.
He has no intention of going into training camp.
He has no intention of going to training camp without his deal in place, which if I was him, I wouldn't either.
Well,
but that's all.
Go on. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, but that's all we got time for. So, Omar, thank you. Like I said, I hit you before we left.
I add this in real quick. Cleveland Farrell at linebacker. you're looking at Tyler Brayton 2.0. Tyler Brayton should have stayed at DN. Cleveland Farrell is just a DN. I don't think it's going to work out. I just don't see him coming out here trying to razzle something together. I think they're going to try to see what he can do. But if you think he's going to start, nah.
I would say, I would just to touch on that real quick because I did mean to talk about that too. The many faces of Cleveland Farrell. Premier edge rusher, not quite. All around defensive end, not so much. Defensive tackle, we saw he got a couple sacks as a defensive tackle, but did they go back to him at that? No, that could have been a coaching mistake. But now we're moving to outside linebacker. Your number 4, the number 4 overall pick, should not be moving around like that. Should not be a man without a position. And it's a tragedy, and my heart breaks. But it is what it is. That man lacks explosion at this level, and that's no play on words and not me trying to be funny. That man is walking around that field with cinder block boots on. Once he gets,
I'm gonna be real, bro. I got Malcolm Kuntz holding outside linebacker.
He'd be much better at that. Much better at that.
And come to think about it, there's so much that people are really. There's a lot of talent on this team that wasn't utilized last year until late. Malcolm Kuntz, when he finally got the opportunity to come out there and play, what did we see? Sacks. Oh my God, bro. Make it go away. Make it go away. It won't go away. Oh, there we go.
If you could ensure that he would only have to be there on run plays, that might actually work. But then I thought, then the word coverage popped up, and I think my heart might have skipped 2 or 3 beats and was like, oh dear God.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. The 2 guys I should never ever in my life ever see again in coverage is Farrell and Max Crosby. But I will also say this. Jonathan Abram will not be your starting safety. He will not be your starting safety this year.
He's been working at linebacker too, outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Problem is he don't weigh enough to get there. And if he puts on 20 pounds, how's his body going to hold up? Because it ain't holding up at 204.
But I told you, sooner or later, he was going to fall into that position.
That's his strength. That's his strength. If he's not covering in the flats, you don't want him to be covering any place other than the flats. Or he could be.
You just bring him in as your little thumper, and have him come off the edge.
As long as his body will hold up.
That too. Or could put him on the trade block, see what you can get for him.
Yeah, so far that's not been. I'm pretty sure that he's lived on the trade block for the last 2 years.
Hey, I mean,
and that's not me. That's not me talking shit. I actually know that to be a fact.
To be honest, I really think a lot of guys that were drafted by John Gruden are on that trade block.
Mm-hmm. Every regime does it. Bring them in, and then come in and get rid of them.
And maybe that's why we're hearing Farrell playing some outside linebacker. I don't think it's to give him a shot. I think maybe he can also do this. So he can play D tackle, he can play DN, he can also play outside linebacker. So let's see how much we can get from. Let's see how many picks we can get for him, or let's see if we can at least get like a 4th round pick for him.
Franchise tender is 1st and a 3rd, homeboy.
Yeah,
that's always what it's been.
And then the other
How
thing
they
is,
transition tag them. Then if
yeah,
I believe it's a transition tag, that's the second round.
Q, you're right. The exception of Hunter Renfro. Josh Jacobs, I mean, he could be a guy that could get traded.
You know, Josh is in a position in a disrespected position.
Yeah,
That for all intents and purposes, Josh has earned his second contract. He absolutely has, but you just not it just does not pay to pay a running back what he's going to ask. What his production would dictate. It's just not smart. He hasn't been able to stay healthy for a full season. And I love all the characteristics, but the up and down nature and the lack of breakaway speed is not worth what his terms will demand.
nah, definitely. I mean,
And it's sad.
if you could probably give him like an extension, maybe a 2-year extension, try to work something in, then yeah.
How high do you go? He's making 3.7 now.
So you probably going about 7.5? About 8? About 7 to 8 mil?
I was thinking 6.5, maybe 7.
7.5 is my high as I go.
That'd have to be with incentives.
Damn.
With incentives per games played.
Okay. I can agree with that because we haven't got him to play an entire season.
Yeah, if he can play 16, I'll pay him. Or 17, I'll pay him. It's worth it to keep him. But if he's not going to be able to play all 16 or 17, he got to go. And I love Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, seriously.
Josh Jacobs and Zeus they're going to do a lot. I know we said that about Drake, but they couldn't figure out the run blocking situation. They got that worked out now. But with Josh and Zeus, that's a 1-2 punch that's going to be phenomenal.
Now the other thing is this. Since we're talking about Foster Moreau. I to be honest, I'm looking at you bringing all these fucking tight ends, bro. That's telling me something right off the bat. You're not sure about a spot on that roster, which is basically around that tight end position. Come on, Phil, look at it. I mean,
that
we know Waller. We Waller good, but when you look at Foster Moreau, I mean, he had struggles. I'm not talking about just as a receiver.
Yes, tight end one, yes.
He had struggles in the blocking scheme.
Yeah, he definitely missed them.
I'm going to tell you this shit. He struggled. He got pushed back. That was some other shit because there were some big plays where Josh should have got this amount of yards, but he ended up getting knocked on his ass.
Yep. That's
why I said Cole Fotheringham, he will drive you all the way downfield and open up a fucking hole. If you haven't looked him up, here I'll put it in the chat how you spell his name, because I know people like Fotheringham. How the fuck you say that name?
Cade McNown said he'll be in Tennessee to represent UCLA, brother.
He gonna Cade McCown. He gonna play quarterback.
So he was still throw this ball over those mountains.
I'm gonna put his name in here, but we'll make sure. Yeah, he got an old Norwegian last name.
Which is why I think that
so go on and look that name up and just look at his highlight tape. I'm gonna tell you this: he's a hell of a good fucking blocker. Don't fall off that ladder. But look how many tight ends that got brought in, Phil. I mean, you already had Darren Waller and Foster Moreau that were currently on the roster, but You brought in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5. You brought in 5 tight ends for this roster. So that makes 7 tight ends. I'm going to be real. I'm going to let you guys know. Tyrone Wheatley Jr., I will be looking at to probably making the switch back to playing tight end. That was what he played at Michigan, and that is what he played at Morgan State over here in the Baltimore area, where he's playing for his dad, Tyrone Wheatley Sr. So,
former running back.
You're 6'6". You're 6'6", 265. You're not playing right tackle or left tackle.
Darren Waller.
Exactly. You know
Darren Waller.
But look, not just that. You know who how his build is? Reminds me of Martellus Bennett.
Dang. He said we gotta hire your big ass for some blocking.
Pay me then, motherfucker.
I said, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty good at blocking too. Watch this.
Pay me. If you pay me, oh, you funny as shit. I was about to say, you pay me, motherfucker, I might reconsider. Yeah, you don't bring in a guy that's 265.
Nah, not OT. Some idiot ran over a ladder and kept driving. Was he? Well, as bad as that sounds, I'd prefer he did that other than stop in the middle of the freeway. See, they do that out here in California now. I don't know when it changed, but all of a sudden, whenever you do something on the freeway, you just stop right there and stand in the middle of the freeway like cars aren't driving 60, 70 plus around you.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Ooh, I wonder. I saw that they got rid of some guys. Who would I say keep your eye on? Cause see, like they got so many old linemen. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe I'm overlooking something. I gotta go back and reevaluate some of these guys they brought in for this old line. Somebody ran over Cade on the ladder. I really got to reevaluate this O-line because, you know, the one guy I'm thinking about is Alex Barr. Because Barr can play right tackle. He can play right guard. I don't think it's 3 guys that are not safe. That's what that is. There are 3 guys on that O-line that are not safe. And no, I'm not talking about Andre James at center.
No, it should be your bookends.
Your left guard, your right guard. And, we talk about bringing Brandon Parker in to start, but something's not sitting with me. Yeah, Q, that's one. Good is another. And we about to really have a free-for-all.
Good. I want everybody to put this whole our line needs to get better shit to rest. Derek Carr had the second most pocket time in the league last year with 2.5 seconds. A shitty line doesn't do that. Doesn't give you the second most pocket time in the league. He dropped back to throw the ball 626 times. Out of that 626 times, he was only pressured 21.1% of the time. That was good enough for 11th in the league. So you're looking at an offensive line that was flirting with the top 10 in 2 major categories in terms of pass protection. The last 5 games of the season, Josh Jacobs was averaging 91.8 yards per game. So you're running the ball, you're protecting the quarterback. How are they bad? Because he got hit a bunch of times, sacked early in the year that they need. With this offensive line, you guys got to remember something. You had right off the bat, you had two out of five guys who never played their position in the NFL before. You had a guy, a project player who's been building for a couple years, step in to be the right tackle because the guy that you drafted was ass cheeks. Then you got your left guard who went down, who never ever saw the field, went to training camp and never played a down for you. And so you were on your backup guard the whole time. Yes, you need to upgrade your left guard. Yes, you need to do better at right guard. Your right tackle needs to continue his improvement, but he's very close to being solid.
Yeah.
Very close to being solid. I think you had him at what, 55.8?
Yeah.
I believe light green hits at about what, 65? 65,
yeah.
70? Olive
63,
green?
63.
63, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not far away from being solid.
Oh, sorry.
What's up? Aloha. Mahalo.
Aloha.
Because 40 grand ain't shit to anybody in the NFL. That's pocket change.
Yeah.
You get bigger fines than that.
That was basically $40K right there in your pocket, right there.
Hey,
That'll hold you down for about a year or so.
Yeah, it would. That's probably why he got it too, so that he wouldn't sign with anybody else. They told him, "Hey, bro, just hold on to this. We'll call you probably in October or something, or July."
I'm looking at, and then I'm just going through them, and I forgot about the damn linebackers. Bro,
There's a million of them. There's a million of them, and they're all players that were really good. I like Jayon Brown from Tennessee before he got hurt. I was one of my dudes.
Yeah. And then here's the other thing I'm thinking about right now. Darian Butler. See, you got to look.
But I mean, some people just don't
you ain't shit.
What's up, Pedro?
Oh man. He ain't shit. But no, you know who his old defensive coordinator was?
What's that?
For Darian Butler.
Who?
Our linebacker coach.
That's right, from Arizona State, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah. That should have told you something right off the bat. That should tell you something right off the bat.
I hurry up and get out of here before I throw you.
And he was a Dick Butkus semifinalist. So
Arizona State puts out good linebackers.
I do keep an eye on that.
Be safe, Cade. Be safe out there.
All right, Cade. I do keep an eye on that shit, bro. Let's see. This last year he had 68 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions. Not bad.
Pedro, we about an hour and 20 minutes in. You got to hit the rewind button. We already covered that big time.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, if we're on Phil's rambling now. This is the bonus stage.
Bonus stage.
I just saw this come in. Let's talk about this, and let's talk about that. Since we given hour.
I mean, but you know how everybody be like, y'all didn't cover this. You guys missed that.
Hey man, fuck all that shit. We gonna talk about Dub Nation up in this motherfucking West Coast Finals.
Oh,
Warriors holding it down again. Where the Lakers at, bro? I'm looking for you.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm looking for you. It's like the bubble home, boy.
Shut up,
Oh,
bitch.
asterisk championship having ass motherfucker.
If you fucking lose to Dallas tonight and you lose this series to Dallas,
not gonna lose game 1. Game 2 most likely, but not 1.
Y'all going to 7, bitch. I'm
I
gonna
got
put that evil. I'm gonna put that evil on y'all.
I got him in 6.
I'm putting that evil on you. You going to 7, bitch. Yeah, keep an eye on him. And the thing about it, the reason why folks are overlooking Butler is his height. Butler sits about the height like what do you call it? Shit. What was Zach Thomas's height?
5'10", 5'11".
They the same height. Same damn height. So I keep an eye on him. And he is a linebacker that has speed.
Yes, like Denzel Perriman. But Denzel Perriman is 250. Brings the smack.
The smacker. The smacker.
And as long as y'all continue to pay Russell Westbrook $47 million to be your point guard, you'll make it easier to catch up.
I don't know. Phil Jackson might get rid of his ass.
Brother's on the hook. Y'all on the hook for all that. I know money means nothing to the Lakers. I understand that. But that's $47 million. The only 2 teams that should be sicker to their stomachs is Houston and Philadelphia for what they paying James Harden and what is it? Old boy from used to be on the Bullets. Not the Bullets, the Wizards.
Oh,
John Hall.
Renus?
No. Is it John Hall?
Yeah, John Wall.
John Wall. Yeah, there we go.
Look, overall, Raiders are stacked. I think they're going to be ready to go with whoever they have on the roster currently when they go into camp. But this tight end spot,
how fast do you think he is to play at Arizona State? He had to be about.
He did lose. He lost
4'7". Yeah.
He lost a little bit of weight.
Bolo, welcome to the club, my friend, my man, my homie. Become a member.
So he lost a little bit of weight. So that's something to keep an eye on. Oh my gosh. Here we go talking some fucking nonsense. I'm sorry. Some of you guys, I got to stop talking this crazy shit on Twitter with me. I'm trying to tell you.
Is that not where you, is that? I seen him. So we covered that too, but I don't believe that it is. They don't seem to believe that it is because they don't bring in anybody to take that job. But what they paid him would still be enough for him to be considered a backup tackle as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of right there at that fine balancing act with, okay, if we can't find anybody better, then we're good.
Appreciate you, Omar.
Forward. And if we can, then we're not paying them too much to move on. Yes, thank you, Omar.
So you got about 5 guys that can actually.
I'll finish OBJ's knees off for good, bro. I wish you would.
I'll throw the guy that tries to pronounce Salmon. I just throw him right there at his knees, and we
One mission. You want to get this money? Said you're gonna be the hitman, bro. Everybody needs goons. Listen, you ain't gonna come over here and start interrupting my paying customers, all right? You address Omar with respect, goddammit.
You ain't shit for that, Mario. That light flickering on in the background. Oh shit, he ain't pay the bill.
Right?
He ain't pay the bill.
No, it's hot out here, and I got the garage door open, and the sun's bouncing off the cars.
I mean, other than that, that's pretty much about it. Get ready for this next set of camp dates coming up in June, and then once they finish off with mandatory OTAs.
Absolutely, Q. We
Training camp.
we got 32 people in here. Please, everybody, drop a like. Help us get on the YouTube algorithm to expand the Unfiltered Truth so more people can come in and donate to the show as generously as Omar did, so that Mario can come over here and hit you with a one-liner for showing up an hour and 30 minutes late into the program.
Right.
Any OTA footage, they haven't been doing anything, and anything that the Raiders do that's of consequence and value, they're hidden inside.
Yeah, bro. Once you knew they got a little that little field house, we ain't sharing shit with y'all.
Yeah. Well, I'm still curious to see if they're ever going to open up training camp again. I think that's the biggest travesty out of this move to Vegas, because Napa was incredible. But other than that, check me out Friday. Friday, we got Damon Bruce in the house. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to probably end up talking a lot of dubs on that. And some local Bay Area shit. We'll see. We'll broach the Raiders, because that's what we do here. But we're gonna hit Mr. Bruce in his wheelhouse and keep it pushing. But other than that, now we're out. So for everybody who tuned in, thank you for joining us. Like I said, please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Turn on the notifications. I know we need to get better at advertising when we do shows, but if you click notifications, we won't have to. It might even help when half your hosts show up on time. But
hey, kiss my ass.